Hi folks, welcome to the sixth session of Electronic Music Reviews with Scotch and Grey. In the background, as always, our man for the cables, knobs and faders, our Steven. Say alright, Brexit?
No way.
Yeah, good man, our Steven. Today we are talking about an album that could be called a compilation because it's from the pen of several musicians. They've composed various tracks under the name AML Project, which they made available for films, documentaries, and art projects. If you want to say bad things, you could call them stock music producers who abuse their skills for silly assembly line work, but they really have put their heart and soul in their tracks. You can hear that. If you take your time and let the music sink in, you will receive a lot of emotion and energy that strongly reminds of Hans Zimmer productions. Not all of the pieces are pompous and overflowing concertanté, though. Some are rather minimalistic, playful, or simply technoid. The album I would like to recommend from these guys now is called Picture Your Head. Don't ask me how the guys came up with it, really no idea. And it's already volume number 2. That means there's more to be heard. And there are also several albums that were created in artistic co-productions under AML. Behind Picture Your Head number 2, there are the projects Chowder Mangold, Van Razy and Stereo Hopper, and everybody contributes his own style. As already mentioned, there are quiet, slowly breathing tracks and also some tunes that really lift off the ground. While the first 3 tracks of the album dive into deep sound spaces with strings and soft harmonies, from track 4 onwards, which is called Electric Tentacles, it becomes more beat-orientated, even if mainly down-tempo. Unfortunately, the album won't tell us which artist did which track. That's indeed a bit confusing. No idea why they messed up this important detail, but at least I can assume that a guy named Stereo Hopper could be responsible for the tunes Radioactive Machine Gun and Vintage Techno Suit. According to my research, this Stereo Hopper dude is supposed to have been hopping around on the green electro floors for about 20 years now, feeling home in the directions of minimal electro and techno. Chowder Mangold, on the other hand, which I guess is a producer duo, would probably be the guys for the partly gloomy sounds and with ambitions in things like downtempo, ambient and even world music. Despite extensive searches on the web, I couldn't find out anything about a man named Van Razy, who also belongs to the project. What a pity, I really would have loved to know who pulled the faders on which track. Anyway, I could imagine the tracks Mud, Dreamland and Fast Picture from Above on a typical Café Del Mar sampler. Nice to chill out on the beach or on the ship somewhere far out on the ocean. A few hours of the midnight, lying on the deck on top of the ship, looking at the stars and just drifting into a relaxed sound cosmos. All in all, Picture Your Head is an interesting mix of electronic sounds of the newer generation. Not a continuous album suitable for relaxing, but also not one that you would throw on your turntables as a DJ. But that obviously wasn't the purpose of this compilation either. However, the tunes are definitely suitable as film score and partly something for your personal chill-out collection too. And there's a pinch of playful interest for technoid experiments that flashes up here and there. Just a few remarks about what could have been done better in case of this album. The cover art, if you want to give that thingy a very politely picked name, well, my grandma probably could have done it better with Windows 95 and Paint, with both hands tightened on her back. Obviously, these AML guys haven't put much value on the subject in particular. But okay, that doesn't make the music better or worse. And as far as for the background information about the tracks, really guys, would it have been so much more work to write the producers' names behind the tracks instead of always just AML Project? Anyway, Picture Ahead is a roughly 30 minutes short but pleasant to listen to album, which is not long enough for a relaxed afternoon in the armchair, but you can pick the tracks you like best and put them together to your set or playlist, especially since there are still several more albums available under AML, which also contain tons of tracks from the directions ambient, downtempo and electronic. The good thing is it doesn't cost anything and can be downloaded for free as long as it is not for commercial use. So get Picture Your Head Volume 2 and listen to the other packages that the guys from AML have put together. It's again on our favorite treasure hunt platform Jamendo, and you can find the links to the albums as usual in the description below the video. Okay, my dears, I say thanks for listening. If you liked this session, write us something nice in the comments and check back next week on our channel. If you like, leave a thumbs up or press the subscribe button. You know, then we're really happy. My avatar freaks out completely and I turn into a raving stereo hopper. See you next time. Bye bye.